All right, we're rolling.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back with Elevating Your Mindset with Tamika Brewington. And we are with our guest this episode, and it is Rita. Rita is talking to us about self care. We're specifically talking about self care with our mature working professionals, and we are going to talk about what we need to do when we feel like we're burnt out. Rita, tell us about yourself.
Oh my gosh, where do I begin? So I've been doing self-care for a really long time, probably most of my life, and in the past have not dealt well with stress. And so between my medical career and my massage career and being an adoptive mom, I've had to, figure it out, because we all have to figure it out. And so I just love sharing sort of my survival guide.
Okay, thank you for that. So when I talk with my mature working professionals about different items, specifically with reference to self-care, they always feel like they don't have time. Okay, they could be married. They could either be in transitioning with reference to a career, so they could be in management or trying to get into management. Kids, young kids, or teenage kids, or wanting to get kids into the house, and just on that rat race of life. And so when I am trying to tell them that they need to take time for themselves, it is kind of hard for them to feel like they have any time, because they feel like they don't have any time in the day. And so when we're thinking about self-care and them feeling like they are already burnt out, how do we start that process? How do we try to get people to realize that self-care is important?
First of all, understanding that you deserve to take care of yourself. And so the older generation, so baby boomers, millennials, I grew up with this super mom of the 70s, right? So she's on Valium and high blood pressure medicine, right? So, one of the moms, she did everything. She worked, she cooked, did everything.
Yeah.
And so understanding that, I knew I didn't want to be like that. So I started self-care at a very early age. And I knew that I had to take care of myself. And I knew when I became a mom, when we adopted our two toddlers, that I still had to make myself first somewhere in the mix, or else the whole house was it was not going to be a happy place. So I think that's really important, is understanding that we deserve, as women, to put ourselves on the top of our to-do list, not necessarily behind everybody else. And if I have some energy left over, if I have time, I'll do something for me. So that's number one, understanding that you deserve it. Number two is understanding it doesn't have to take a long time. You don't have to go and work out at the gym. You don't have to go for a long walk. You don't have to get the nails done. You don't have to go for a massage. Those are all great self-care, and if you have the time and you can do it, that's fabulous. But it's the little things that you do every day for yourself that you may, before you get up, as we're getting older, it's like aging sucks. I don't know how else to put it, right? So, you get up and you hobble to the bathroom till, things loosen up a little bit. But stretch a little bit before, just legs and arms out, or pull your knees to your chest and rock back and forth a little bit. Say hello, good morning, lower back. It's wake your body up a little bit before you get out of bed. Slowly getting out of bed, not jumping out of bed. Roll on your side and push yourself up. And if you need to take a minute, feet flat on the floor, big breath in, use your legs, push yourself up, and into the bathroom you go. So it isn't that hard. But I've been doing this for a long time. It really isn't that hard. And then waking up, I love to lay in the bed. And I'll push my snooze. I push, and then of course then it's the guilt later that, I shouldn't have done that. Well, either stop pushing the snooze or stop with the guilt. choose
One or
there.
the other.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll get up and I'll be like, oh, I have a headache or I'm not feeling so great, but I'm like, I got this. Positive affirmations. I got this. This is going to be a great day. Or I'm going, this is going to be a great day, right? So you say it until you believe it,
Yeah.
and then you go get your flaxseed neck warm, put it in the microwave,
Yeah.
and get rid of that headache. So just simple things that you slide into your day,
Mhm.
and realizing when, what, mom's had enough, this is a timeout.
Mhm.
Mom's going to put herself in timeout, put a timer on for 20 minutes and go into your bedroom. The kid, tell the kids, this is mom's timeout. Like
Yeah.
being very intentional, becoming more intentional with your time and space for yourself.
Okay. And so when we're thinking about taking that particular time for ourselves, how do you do that? Because of the guilt, because dinner's got to be made, homework has to be checked, clothes got to be washed. I still gotta return that email. I gotta Zoom. I gotta make the cookies for the PTA meeting and all the things. There's no time. If I take time for myself, something's not going to get done.
And I don't believe that. I think if you take time for yourself,
Yes,
you're going to feel better and
Yes.
be more productive.
yes, I agree.
And what about delegating?
Yeah.
Who in my kids, they started folding their clothes when they were 5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, may not be the best job.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be perfect. Like
Yeah.
let that go, mom.
yeah,
Right. So get some help.
yeah.
Get them to tidy up the kitchen after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Once they leave the kitchen, you may have to go back and clean up a little bit, but being
It's
able.
okay. It doesn't have to be
It doesn't
perfect.
have to be perfect. I think
Yeah.
that's where and it took me a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
You find that dish, why is that glass on the counter and not in the dishwasher over there? And it's like, okay, you've got a choice.
Yeah.
So I can either scream at my kid or my husband, whoever left the glass there. Why did you put the glass away? Right? So tension,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can put it away in the dishwasher and I can be really resentful, like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Or I can just put the glass in the dishwasher and let it go.
Let it go.
Choice C would be the one. Just
Yes.
it's okay.
It's life.
It's life.
Yep.
It's life.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It will definitely decrease the amount of stress that you have. Yeah.
And some of the best advice I got, actually in the last few years from a friend, was stay off the roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
So when your child is having a hissy fit, or your husband or your wife is having a little hissy fit,
Let them.
understand that it's about them.
Yeah.
Let them.
Let them.
And so I have, my youngest is now 18, and we just sent her off to university. And last year, we'd have this confrontation, right? Because the hormones, postmenopausal, you've got,
Yeah. They lose their mind at 18.
Yeah,
so,
and I think I've probably lost mine too after, yeah. So we'd have a confrontation, and then I'd be like, okay. And I'd walk around the corner, and I would literally just take a step and go, I'm off your roller coaster, right? Like I would physically move myself, remind myself. I've sent my husband emoji of a roller coaster, get off the roller coaster, and just, it's like, it's about them, and, you can come with agreement, we're getting a little too heated here, let's take a time out and
Mhm.
talk when we're calmer.
Yeah, that'll be okay.
Yeah, that would be okay. And giving yourself a time out.
Yeah.
So I have my number one fan, she tells me. She's a mother of 9.
Ooh.
She has a set of triplets in
Ooh.
there. So she works evening shift from 11 to 7, and her
Mhm.
husband works from 7 to 3. Okay? She is the most organized woman that I know. And if she listens to this, she'll know who. I have been so impressed with her. And yet she has been so inspired by the workshops she's attended, because now, like after the kids get home on Friday, it's pizza night, she's
Mhm.
not cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and then she soaks her feet, does an Epsom salt bath,
Mhm.
and then on Sundays, it is her day. Like the husband gets to take care of the kids on Sunday all day, and she just stays in the bedroom and she just does her self-care.
Oh, yeah.
And boundaries, and we talk, boundaries and positive affirmations and
Yeah.
journaling and all these things.
Yeah.
So, and when I first met her, I was so inspired with her, like 9 children, and They're all well dressed, clean, well behaved, taken care of. She's amazing. So I didn't think I could teach her more, but I have. So
Yeah, I
that's
love
really
it.
cool.
Yeah. Some of the things that I've noticed with some of my more seasoned professionals is that there is this internal drive to do all the things. And I am not sure where it comes from. Why do we feel like we have to do all the things all the time?
Unrealistic expectations, a higher standard that my kitchen or my laundry has to be folded as soon as it comes out of the dryer. I finished laundry on what's today? A couple days ago, and then this morning I folded it while I was watching the news. So I've got the baskets on the couch.
Yeah.
Sometimes my husband will down and he'll fold it. It's there, and I will watch TV, or I'll do something enjoyable while I'm folding laundry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying let your house go, get dirty, or, like everything flying around everywhere, but it's look at the schedule or expectations that you have on yourself. There's a lot that my mom did, and later on in life she admitted, like she said, there's so much that you didn't see. I thought a house just stayed clean by itself. I did not realize that she regularly did the door frames, and she got all the nooks and crannies. I didn't see her doing that, but yet our house was always really clean. And then when I had my own house, it's like, how come the door jambs, and how come the little nooks and crannies aren't as clean as they were?
Right.
So
yeah.
So it's I think expectations and setting boundaries too. And ladies, no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
Tamika, can you please, we really need someone to help on the, be a school mom, or be on the PTA, or do this.
No.
You can just say no.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I love the word no. It does not bother me to say no at all. And so, okay, work-life balance. How do we get that when it seems like you're trying to climb this corporate ladder?
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there. I don't believe work-life balance exists.
Okay.
So imagine, a teeter-totter. Remember we used to play on those as kids?
Yeah.
Right? I don't believe you can ever have work-life balance. I think it's always going to be like this. It's always going to be dynamic. It's always, you've got a sick child, so now you've got more responsibilities at home, and you maybe have to let something at work go, right? So it's understanding, if you give more to something on one side, you're going to get an imbalance, and having to accept that. Like, I really would like to climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Maybe then I need, to get my partner, my husband, he has to, start cooking dinner.
Right.
Or with the kids, delegating chores, making sure, so you don't have to do it all, because you don't and you can't.
Right. Okay, I like that idea. So, working around how you get the goal that you want to achieve.
Right.
Yeah.
I really believe you can't do it all. There's no way you can do it all.
Yeah.
So it's finding, where can I make concessions? Where can I maybe let go of some things so I can put more energy to this? Because you can't keep creating more and more energy.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. And that's how you burn out.
That's how you burn out. And burnout, so if burnout is chronic fatigue, you have an attitude of cynicism or negativism, I can't say the negativism, and decreased productivity. That is actually a workplace burnout. That is a accepted diagnosis through the World Health Organization.
I wonder, can you have at-home burnout?
I believe so, but I don't think that's. Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
absolutely.
But it may not necessarily be a definition.
Right, and it may not get covered. If you're a stay-at-home mom, then you won't get 3-month leave, paid leave.
Yeah, you're not going to get paid leave from your house. But I do believe that you can get burnt out at the house.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, and so when we're thinking about short little snippets of things that we could do as a family. Because if we are trying to get our seasoned professionals to start incorporating self-care, everybody's got to buy into this.
Right.
So mom, dad, kids, cat, dog, and lizard. How are we going to do this?
Well, the cat and the lizard may not be able to go outside, but plan some activities that you go outside. Maybe go throw a frisbee around outside. You don't have to go to a park or go to a whole baseball or soccer game, whatever. We used to play outside all the time as kids. So throw a frisbee around, color, can get all
an
kinds
activity.
An activity together, a calming activity. Painting, you get the canvases and draw, do your own painting. Coloring, go outside, throw a ball around, play lawn darts. Lawn darts when I was a kid used to have real metal tips on them. Just throw them at one another, yeah. Now they aren't metal, they're plastic. They joke about, the Gen X.
Yeah.
And I'm right on the cusp of baby boomer and Gen X, and we're tough because
survival.
Survival. Red Rover,
Yeah.
come on, run over. And broken arms. And
They couldn't survive with what we did. No GPS, no drop your location, no cell phone.
Nope.
We were just out there.
we were out there. Come home when the street lights go on.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, but it's incorporate, and it doesn't have to be, let's not binge watch the TV. Let's see if there's a free festival, somewhere in Charlotte we can go to, some free activity. There's websites, cheapcharlotte.com or whatever, where you can find free things to do.
So I hear activity, I hear fresh air, I hear movement, I hear connection with each other, and just getting back to the basics. That would help you with your self-care and not be burned out.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
And even, in the morning, once the kids go off to school, then, if you can, take that moment, have your cup of coffee outside, especially with this beautiful fall weather. I just like to go sit outside on the steps, just be. And no phone, no nothing, no scrolling. And just sit for a few minutes. It just, again, doesn't have to, just sit for an hour. You can sit for 5-10 minutes, and when your bottom gets sore from sitting on the bricks, and get up and go in. So.
I really like how people are doing the no electronic things, where you turn them off or you put them in a bin and just be.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that definitely helps because I think the electronics makes your attention span shorter. And so if you're trying to be intentional with creating a connection or kind of grounding yourself, not having your electronics there as a buffer does wonders for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It definitely.
And there's actually, with the seasoned professionals too, we also have the sandwich generation. So
Yeah.
you've got some that are, they have teenagers, and then they're looking after an aging parent.
Yeah.
So again, realizing that you can't do it all, and something has to give.
Something does have to.
So, and great if you have the finances, you can get some help.
Yeah.
Again, or delegating, or being realistic. Ask professionals. There's resources out there. Ask for help. What kind of help can I get? You don't have to do it all yourself.
Yeah, I like it. Resources. Okay, where can we find you if we want to hear more about your self-care and your self-care techniques, Rita?
My website is simpleselfcare.net, and I have a weekly self-care text club. If you text the word chocolates, I love dark chocolate.
Yes.
To 704 741 1881. You'll get a little message back that you're part of the self-care community. At 9 a.m. on Tuesday, you'll get a little message and a little mission for the week. Nothing too heavy, just real, raw, authentic.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us, our first guest on Elevating the Mindset with Tamika Brewington. And audience, we will see you next time. Thank you very much.